Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I know that it has been a long day for many of you, and I thank God that you have made it this far. I know that times have been hard for us, that things have been difficult. There's some of us who are going through some pretty tough times, and I just think that God has so much more for us, that God has so many things in store for us, and I just want to share a few things with you on today. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I just hope that everything is going well for you. I'm really excited because I know that in all of the things that are going on, there's still there's some good. There's still something to smile about. There's still something to smile about. So I don't know what you're going through, but I just want to take just a little bit of time and share a few things with you and offer, just a few words. My name is Buddy Jerome, and I know that you are experiencing some of the same things that I'm experiencing. You're experiencing some of the same struggles, some of the same drama, some of the same things that I am dealing with. And I don't know. I think that there's something important about taking time out and just talking about it, just talking about the craziness of everyday life and all of the things that keep happening, things that are occurring. I know that God has not left us alone, and so I just want to spend just a few minutes, if you don't mind, if you would allow me, to just share some thoughts and to share some ideas and to encourage you while we are on this crazy world that we're living in right now. Things are really, really crazy right now, but that means that God is still working. So whenever things get crazy, when things seem to get out of control, we have to always remember that the opposite is true. Okay. So when things are crazy, that also means that God is working too, right? That God is at work, that God is doing, that God is moving, that God is involved. All right. And I just want to talk to you really quickly and share with you that the sun will rise again. The sun will rise again. For the last few months, I've been away. I took some time off, and I've been on medical leave. And during that time, I had the opportunity to write a book. And I want you to go and look it up under Buddy Jerome on Amazon. But the scripture says that I will exalt you, O Lord. That's what it says. It says, I will exalt you, O Lord. And in that scripture, he's saying, that I'm going to lift you up, oh Lord. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to lift you up no matter what is occurring. I'm going to lift you up. Did you know that even in the tough times of life, if you find a way to focus your mind on the heavenlies, if you find a way to put your mind on the things of God, that you will see that God can take your mind off of the things that have been worrying you. If you take your mind off of what is going wrong, and if you take your mind off of how things happen, God can do more work with you when you are willing to put your mind on God. And when I think about how the internet is just kind of going crazy right now, and it's hard to really tell who's Christian, who's a believer. who's really people of faith right now. And I don't know. Some of you may have that thought, may have thought about that, have looked out and tried to figure out, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I see the believers. We're fighting, we're bickering, we're going at each other, we're arguing over all sorts of things, and I'm always wondering, well, wait a minute, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we trying to see the things of God? Are we trying to be who God has called us to be, or are we? I guess are we just trying to survive? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And I wonder if I'm the only one that ever thinks about that. I wonder if I'm the only one that thinks about, uh, are we just, uh, are we just people who want to fight for the rest of our life? Or we want to be people who say that we're believers, but we're not really believers. We're more like people who are trying to, uh, look the part. Okay, that's not what God has called us to be. God has called us to be people of faith, people who are the difference, people who are not like everybody else. That's what we've been called to be. We have not been called to be like everybody else. We've been called to be different. So it is not for us to be a people who can't get on the same page. We're supposed to be people who are different. And I ask that question all the time. What are we doing? What are we doing as believers? How are we going to allow this world to take over how we live? How are we going to allow how politics work to take over how we think? Come on, we supposed to be the difference. We're supposed to be the difference. We're not supposed to be like everybody else. We're not supposed to be people who fight and argue and put preferences on everybody. Listen, I think that you and we all have something inside of us that God can use. But we can't use what's inside of us to fight and bicker. We can't do that. We have to be better. We have to be better. We have to be the thing that God has called us to be. And you and we all have something that we have to offer the world. We have something to offer the world. And the sun can rise again when we, the people of God, make up our minds and say, we don't want to be like that anymore. We don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I know I'm new on this platform, but I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't sit back and watch how we were doing things, how we are spending our time in the media watching people who get paid to argue. Remember, politicians are paid to argue. Politicians are people who are paid to go to the government. What are we arguing about? What are we arguing about? Please share this live with somebody, because I really want to have that conversation where we start to think as believers, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we really set in our minds that we want to spend the rest of our eternity, the rest of our life on this earth arguing? Really? That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We want to spend our one time. Listen, I think that one of the beautiful things about being a believer is understanding the power of one time, understanding the power of having this one time on earth, and understanding that if we have one time on earth, we got to make it the best. We got to make it the best. We have to make it the best. We have to spend our time, folks. Yes, I'm not saying ignore politics. I'm not saying that. I would never tell anyone to ignore politics. That would be a shame. That would be a problem. That would not be in our best interest. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, here's what I am saying, is that if we spend all of our time arguing how much life are we losing? Yo, yeah, what's good? What's good, my friend? What's good? I mean, what are we are losing our minds right now. You know, there are people who are in high places right now, and they can't keep a straight sentence. They can't make a straight sentence. They are arguing and bickering, arguing and bickering. They're casting dispersions. They're blaming here. They're blaming there. They're pointing here. Blame, but they are regularly keeping that fire going, keeping the fire going, keeping the fire going. Where at the end of the day, we are left with what's left over. We're left over with the scraps. We're left over with the burden of what's going on in the world. So my brothers and sisters, I say to you that as believers, keep your eye on politics, yes, but don't allow what is occurring to suck you in. Okay, don't let it suck you in. Don't let it suck you in. Don't let it suck you in. Don't allow their arguing and their bickering to shade your thinking for you to buy in. So, you know, I tell this story about how I was driving, and there was a car accident. I hit somebody from behind. You know, it's already been settled, so I can say that out loud. But when the person got out of the car, they went from 0 to 100. I mean, 0 to 100. They were ready to argue. They were ready to, and they fell out. They were, oh Lord, I can't live. They would give. I mean, they gave it all they had. Oh Lord, 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 and it was. I mean, you know. I was in the wrong. I bumped her in the back. I didn't destroy the car and send it over the ravine and any of that stuff. But she got out of the car and she was livid. And I mean, I went and I sat back in my car because of how she was acting. But you will see that whenever people act out like that, they're trying to pull you into it. They're trying to pull you into something. They're trying to get you into some kind of disagreement or something. Listen, life is too short. Life is too short. I wish somebody just could say that with me. Life is too short to spend it arguing with people, to spend it bickering and fighting and trying to get my way. Look, life is too short. Life is just too short, my friends. I want you to be able to live your best life. I want you to live your best life. Now, I'm also saying, don't forget to call your congressmen, call your senators, and make sure that you are part of what is going on. But don't let your attitude and don't let your behavior become a part of their foolishness. I think I said something right there. I know I said something right there. Don't let your life get tied up in their foolishness, okay? You see the injustice. That's right. What do we do about that? We're going to march. We're gonna make sure that we boycott. We're gonna do those things that need to be done in order to say, that we don't want to be treated like this. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna lose my mind and get tied up in your foolishness. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. Nope. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Why? Because I got one life to live. One. I got one life. One. And in that one life, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have the best life ever. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to spend time with my family. And I wonder, are you spending time with your family? Are you spending time with your friends? I'm enjoying this one life, and I'm realizing that hey, I got to spend time with my family and friends. Why? Because there's no guarantee, that I'm gonna always be here. There's no guarantee that everything's gonna play out and everything's gonna fall in line. You don't know what tomorrow looks like. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what tomorrow's gonna look like. You don't know. So so why not spend today trying to find a way to make this life better? I'm gonna make this life better. I'm gonna make this life better. I'm gonna make this one better. I got one time to live. You have one time to live. One, one, one. And I wonder if you knew and if you recognize the power of that thought that you only have one time. You only have one. Okay, once to live this life. Do you want to spend it arguing and fighting and bickering? No, no, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. There are some people whose minds will never be changed. There are some minds that will never be changed. They will always be bitter. They will always be angry. They will always be at war with someone. It won't change. You can't change people. You can't change their minds. You have to allow them to live their life however they're going to live it. Okay. You have to allow that. You have to allow that. But don't you get your mind caught up in that. You don't have to allow yourself to get burdened or broken or feel dragged through the mud, because their behavior, because of their hatred, because of their wanting to be right. And that's really something that happens a lot. You have people who want to be right. Okay. And a lot of people have been in fights, have been at war with each other because they want to be right. They want to be right. But don't allow yourself to get caught up in that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go above and beyond. Go above and beyond. And I bring this to you because in the last few months, I've been on medical leave. Okay, and since I've been on medical leave, I've been since I've been on medical leave, I've been having to deal with some things and deal with me. Isn't that a novel idea? Dealing with yourself, All right, hold on one second. Yeah, we have. All right, that's my daughter sending me a message right now. I'm trying to see what she's talking about. I hope she's okay. Uh, so, yeah. Anyway. So I want to talk to you and let you hear that while I've been on leave, I've for the last maybe 18 years now, um, I've been I have narcolepsy. And so one of the things that I have struggled with narcolepsy is that the medicine causes anxiety. And I've been dealing with this for a long time, long time. And what you find out is that when you have a condition, no matter how much you try to explain it to people, they never understand. All right. narcolepsy has a way of changing how you live your life. It does. And I don't know. I don't know. And in the system that I worked in, I had some incidents to occur that brought me to depression and anxiety, and I had to take some time off to deal with me. You know, and I bring this up because I know that there are other people out there who are dealing with depression and anxiety, PTSD, and I don't know if people ever get a chance to tell their stories. So I'm starting this live and the future lives because I want to talk to people who have been through circumstances like me. And I started today to talking to you about understanding that in order to get through this, you have to have your attitude right. You have to have your thought pattern right. Depression and anxiety is a dangerous monster. Okay, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous monster. I don't know who. Some of you may have been dealing with it, or you're dealing with it right now. But I want to say you are not alone. All right, wherever you are, whatever it is that you're going through, you're not alone. You are not. You're not by yourself. There is a deep well of hopelessness that people go through, where when systems break down, when your friends turn from you, when you lose everything, and you say to yourself, Lord, have you forgot about me? Have you forgot about me? It's hard. It's hard. And I don't know. I might be the only one that's ever dealt with that. But, I believe, that I'm not alone. I believe that there are other people who are just like me who have dealt with this. But don't think that you're by yourself. Don't think that you're by yourself. Don't believe that the story ends where you are right now. I can't change, and this is one of the things that I thought about before I started trying to do this live thing and being more vocal about myself and what's going on in my life. I had to. I had to come to some realizations that depression is real. Okay, depression is real, and I don't know where you are, and I don't know what's going on in your life and what's going on in your situation, but depression is a dangerous monster, whereas it sits in the weeds of your struggle, and it stalks you, and it stalks you in as though you are prey, and it looks for ways to drag you deeper and deeper into the abyss of a struggle. And I don't know. I don't know why people are often afraid to talk about it. You know, talking about struggle. Talking about it is always hard. People try to ignore it. They try to say that. They try to say that. You just need to toughen up. You need to strap up your boots and you need you just weak. No, 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 no. It's not a weakness to tell the truth about how you're doing. Okay, it's not something that you should be afraid to tell people. You should never be afraid to tell people. Okay, but here's the beauty that you get when you release yourself and allow God to work. When you allow God to work on you and you allow God to work in you, God finds ways, God finds opportunities to show you that God loves you. You know, God finds ways to let you know that you are not alone, that God is there, that God is a part of the situation, and God cares about you. My brothers and sisters, I just want to share with you today that there are going to be times in your life where you don't feel like the sun is going to come back up again. Some of you may feel that right now. Some of you may be wondering, when is the sun going to come back up? I want to assure you that if you have just an inkling of faith, just a little bit of faith, and you just hold on to that faith and you hold on to the internal strength that you need, God finds a way to show you that God is opening doors, that God is opening windows, that God is making paths, so that you can see that brighter day, so that you can see what's out ahead of you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else ever has these struggles. I would love to know. I would love to know. I would love to know how you're doing in your everyday life. Maybe you're not struggling with anxiety, depression, or any of those things, but maybe you're dealing with loneliness. Maybe you're dealing with loneliness. Maybe you're dealing with a need for somebody to talk to, somebody to share with, someone to give you, a pat on the back or a hug or something like that. Listen, I'm praying that God will bring those people into your life. I'm praying that God will bring those people into your life. But I want to also offer you an opportunity that if you get to a place where you don't have anybody to talk to, talk to me. Talk to me. Why? Because I've been through it. I've been through it. It's hard to tell somebody how to deal with something if they've never been through it. I've been through it. I'm still going through it. I'm still struggling. I'm still trying to make my way through these weeds of everyday life. I'm working through it. And I know that you have greatness inside of you that is being pushed down because of how you feel, because of how you're hurting or how somebody hurt you. Listen, I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on. You don't have to deal with these things alone. You don't have to deal with things by yourself thinking that nobody cares. Somebody cares. I care. I care. I care about what's happening to you. I care. I care. I can't fix everything. I definitely can listen to you. I can definitely listen to you. I can definitely sit and listen and hear you out, which is what many of us need. We just need to be heard. We just need to be able to know that somebody understands what we're going through. And maybe you haven't gotten a chance to sit down and share with somebody. You can do that here. You can do that here. You can do that here. Don't let yourself go down a rabbit hole by yourself. Don't go down a rabbit hole by yourself. Allow someone to come and walk alongside with you. Allow somebody to come and say, listen, I understand what you're going through, and I care. That's what this is all about. This is what being a believer is all about. This is what it's about, being believers who care about each other. Yes, the world is losing its mind. Woohoo! The world is losing its mind. It's losing its mind. But not everybody has to lose their mind. There are some really good people out there. There are some really good people out there who care, who want to hear what's going on in your life. I don't want you to be a believer and drowning at the same time. If you're a believer and if you're not a believer, it doesn't matter to me. I don't want you to drown. All the things that's occurring right now, I don't want you to drown. I want you to know that you can be loved and cared for and that I'm here to listen to you. If it's something you want to share with me, just type it online. I'll see it. If there's something that you want to share with me, send me a message. I want to hear what's going on with you. Because the level of hopelessness is rising. And God has put it in some of us the ability to share with others and bring others along and give them the care and the peace that they need in order to make it another day. No, I'm not going to tell you, that a good praise is going to be okay. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, there's a time to praise, praise God in all things. Yes, I understand we're going to praise God in all things, but a shout ain't going to fix everything. Sometimes you need somebody to care for you and to hold you accountable. That's a good word right there. Hold you accountable. Wow. Yes. I had to have some friends to hold me accountable. I had to have somebody hold me accountable to hold me to the things that I've said that I was going to do, to check me when I needed to be checked. Every now and then you need to be checked. Every now and then, because sometimes you don't recognize yourself, you don't always know what you're doing, So I just wanted to share this with you on today. I'm just chattering today. I don't have any form. I don't have I don't have anything in writing or anything like that. I'm just sharing today. I'm just talking. I have so much on me and in me that I wanted to share with you because I now know something about me that I think that if you are in a place where you are emotionally hurting or you're emotionally broken or you are feeling lost and alone, if you're in that place, I want you to know that God did not leave you by yourself. There are people just like you. There are people who are struggling just like you. And for all I know, and I don't know very much, there's a good chance that for the next 3 years, it's going to be a struggle. And I don't want you going down a rabbit hole. I don't want you going down a rabbit hole. I want you to know that you have somebody who's going to hang with you, who's going to share with you, who's going to hold you accountable, that's going to love you. And guess what? You're going to do the same thing to me. You're going to hold me accountable. You're going to pick me up. You're going to make me smile. You're going to make me grow, right? Because that's what we do. That's what real believers do. That's what this is supposed to be about. That we sharpen each other. We bring each other into a better way of life. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. This is about making sure that our brother lives, making sure that our sister lives, and that in this one time that they have in life, that they get the best life ever. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. And so you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me. And I'm going to be sharing. It's going to be more structured moving forward. But today, I just wanted to start off and just share that this is not the end of Jerome. This is the beginning. This is a new beginning for me. And I've got a whole lot to share with you. I've got a lot to share. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it one piece at a time because I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I do. I do. I might not even know, I might not know everything, but I do believe that God has put powerful things inside of you, that God has put something inside of you that can help us all. But it's got to be said. It has to be shared. It has to be something that you're willing to be vulnerable and just share. So this is the beginning of a new thing for me. And I pray that you'll go along with me. I don't know all of the social media things, and I don't know all the viral things that need to be said. I don't know all the best lines, and I don't know any of those things. Only thing I know is how to make this gospel simple, how to make it simple, how to share with people so that they can understand what's going on and know that they're loved. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know. So yeah, thank you for sharing your time with me. I think I went longer than I expected, but I'm excited on this new road that I'm headed on. Hopefully you'll walk along with me on this new journey. Make sure if you don't have, well, let me say it like this. If you can, I just released a new book and it's on Amazon right now. And I've never done this before, but it's exciting to do it. Dee-da! Things a 10th grader needs to know. And it's on Amazon. So please, if you don't mind, go by and pick up your copy of that. But for right now, I want you to go and be awesome. Be awesome. When you lay down tonight, start praying that, Lord, let me leave what happened in the past and take me towards what you have for me. Let tomorrow be a beautiful day. Let tomorrow be a day like none other. Let it be brand new for you. Let it be a day where you do not feel bound by anything, but you feel free and released to do all the things that you believe that God has called you to do. Tomorrow, let tomorrow be great. Let tomorrow be awesome. Let it be so great that the people around you wonder what's gotten into them. And make sure you laugh. Make sure you laugh. Plenty of laughter, And I'm a big fan of the funny TikToks and the funny stuff. Hey, if you have any of those, send those to me. Send me the funny TikToks. I love those. So as we're getting ready to go into this new venture, I'm looking forward to really, really sharing and spending time with you. All right. So I've gone too long, but I've enjoyed it. All right. And I can't wait to share with you my path. The path that has brought me to this day and this time. I'm going to share the path. I'm going to share with you how I got here, what went wrong, what went right, and how I got to be where I am today. And where I am today is I'm a redeemed believer of the Most High. And I'm still alive. So there it is. Can't wait to hang out with you next time, okay? See you later.